We knew that Alex was going to be sick from the first sonogram. Out of 20 weeks, they were able to tell us that he had a heart condition and that he was going to be born and need surgery right away, and had his first heart surgery at 7 days. And when we had a second heart surgery right after it, and he had a pacemaker placed, and then we had a year. We had a year of really good life. So we had 2 more kids. We had our twins. And when they were 6 weeks old, I remember Alex just did not look good to me. He looked tired, blue, looked like he was struggling to breathe. So I took him to the hospital. It was almost a scene from ER where the nurses are at the nurses station. They look up at me and my son and they just burst running and they're hitting blue buttons and people are running. And that's when they told us that he was in heart failure. He had left ventricle cardiomyopathy. And that began the hardest year of our life. It was so quiet. When a code happens, they are so prepared. They don't talk. The only thing that comes out is if it needs to be said. It was silent.
He only had a 10% chance of survival. That 90% of him was against him, and 10%, he made it through.
He refused to die.
He did.
And now he refuses to fold his clothes and put them in the drawer. So
yeah,
it's the path. It is the way. So Alex is one of the most vivacious, hilarious children you'll ever meet.
My imagination is filled with a lot of things. Because the one right here is named Bob, the fire turtle. And I made like the body of a turtle, but I made his head like a flame. And also it's his first birthday.
He is so passionate about art and storytelling. He loves comic books. He loves telling people stories. He loves to pretend to be characters that he loves. When we went to see Moana 2, did you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was your favorite character?
You know already.
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
I wasn't there. Maui.
And he gets into it. My house turns quickly into a movie set. He's jumping off of things.
This is Alex Busby speaking into your famous the hockey game.
He does have an imagination that I could never even fathom and come up with.
There's 2 parts of Alex's story. When Alex was about a year and a half old, he was starting to walk. We were celebrating that. He was starting to make sounds. And then he got real sick with his heart and he coded and we lost all of that. So we started from ground zero again for our own sanity, honestly, as we would watch Disney films in the afternoon. Alex was very into Moana and Maui and he loved it. And he was completely nonverbal, and then he started to practice the song, You're Welcome. Now it was more like, You're welcome. And we're like, you did it. You did it, you spoke. We were so happy to celebrate that with him. So a lot of people say, oh, he sounds almost like a TV show. And in a lot of ways he does, because he learned how to speak by watching these movies. When we started on our Make-A-Wish path, it was always for me honoring what he wanted and to help him think big. What is it that you wish you could do more than anything in the world? If you could only do one thing, and he told me he wanted to be. I was like, well, be what? He's like, I want to be Maui.
I really want to go to the beach. And I like playing in the water and the sand. I like to sometimes to pretend to be Maui. I'll be like coconuts.
He gets to be a normal kid, which is the best part of this story.